Welcome to our Brandlight review, focused on generative engine optimization and how enterprises can manage brand visibility inside AI-generated answers. If your prospects are asking ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, or Copilot for recommendations, instead of reading pages of blue links, your measurement strategy needs an update. Traditional SEO tells you about rankings and backlinks. GEO tells you whether AI models mention your brand, how they describe you, and which sources influence those answers. First, what is Brandlight? Brandlight is an AI-native analytics platform that monitors and improves how brands appear in generative engines. When a user asks an assistant a question like best SOC2 compliance platforms or top meal delivery services for families, the model synthesizes an answer. There is no list of rank positions to track. Brandlight gathers outputs from multiple AI systems, organizes them by intent, and surfaces insights that marketing, PR, and SEO leaders can act on. What problems does it solve? Brands need to know three things. 1. Are we included in relevant AI answers? 2. Are we described accurately with the right features, pricing tiers, industries, or integrations? 3. What sources and signals seem to drive those answers, and what can we change to improve them? Brandlight focuses on these questions with monitoring, classification, and recommendations. How does the platform work at a high level? Teams define target questions that reflect buyer research, pain points, and comparison moments. The platform queries multiple engines such as ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, and Copilot, then captures the full text and any visible citations. It uses automated entity detection to spot your brand, competitors, product names, and features. It tags each answer for inclusion, sentiment, and accuracy. It then aggregates results into metrics like share of answer, coverage by use case, competitor overlap, answer stability over time, and citation landscape. The goal is to move beyond anecdotes and into measurable AI channel performance. Where do actions come from? Brandlight highlights the most influential content gaps and source issues. If models cite review sites or government databases, the platform flags where your entries are incomplete or inconsistent. If models rely on product documentation, pricing pages, or knowledge base articles, it surfaces missing schema, ambiguous naming, or outdated claims. If third-party comparisons are shaping narratives, it shows which pages to update through outreach or partnerships. These insights feed your SEO content plan, digital PR, structured data, and data quality projects. What about accuracy and hallucinations? In emerging AI search, misinformation can spread when models generalize from weak or stale sources. Brandlight helps teams prioritize corrections by mapping inaccurate claims to probable sources. The fix usually involves improving upstream data. That might be clearer documentation, a canonical product naming convention, or updated structured data so that knowledge graphs and crawlers understand your brand. The platform does not rewrite model weights, but it does give you a repeatable workflow to reduce errors over time. Who benefits most? Enterprise organizations with multiple products, regulated messaging, and global markets gain the most from cross-engine monitoring. Use cases include software vendors that want to appear in buyer comparison answers, healthcare and biotech firms that need precise descriptions, financial services that must avoid compliance misstatements, and retailers competing for category visibility. Agencies that manage many clients can bundle GEO reporting with content and outreach services. What metrics should you expect? Start with share of answer for priority intents, coverage of key differentiators, and citation diversity. Track accuracy rate, misrepresentation hotspots, and time to correction. Watch competitor momentum by use case and geography. Monitor stability of answers across weeks and versions, since AI systems update frequently. Finally, connect GEO insights to business outcomes by correlating improvements with branded search lift, referral quality, or pipeline influenced by AI-assisted research. How does Brandlight compare to existing tools? Classic SEO platforms excel at crawl diagnostics, backlinks, and rank tracking. Social listening tools track public mentions on networks like X, Reddit, and TikTok. Media monitoring covers press and broadcast. Brandlight focuses on the AI assistant layer, where a single synthesized answer shapes perception. You still need your SEO and PR stack. GEO adds the missing telemetry to coordinate actions that drive model-friendly signals. Security, privacy, and governance. Enterprises evaluating this category typically require SSO, role-based access control, logging, and data retention controls. Teams should establish prompt governance to avoid leaking sensitive roadmap information. Because prompts and outputs can include competitor intelligence, most organizations treat GEO data as confidential and integrate it into internal BI rather than public sharing. Ask vendors about how they handle personally identifiable information, storage duration, and isolation between clients. Implementation and workflow. A practical rollout starts by selecting 50 to 200 high-value prompts that represent buyer research, competitor comparisons, and objection handling. Group them by intent and region. Run a baseline across engines and save outputs. Review Brandlight's dashboards to identify quick wins, such as fixing incorrect specs, clarifying pricing eligibility, and addressing product descriptions, or aligning product names across your site and third-party directories. Assign owners for content, PR outreach, and data quality. Rerun the same prompt set weekly or monthly to validate improvements. Over time, expand coverage to new personas and languages. How does the platform generate recommendations? Insights typically come from patterns across answers and citations. If Perplexity and Gemini both cite an outdated partner listing, that is a strong candidate for correction. If ChatGPT consistently misses an integration that is central to your value proposition, that signals a documentation gap or weak schema markup. If Copilot highlights a competitor's analyst report, but not yours, you may need stronger distribution and links to make your report discoverable by crawlers and retrievers. Brandlight transforms these patterns into prioritized tasks. What about ROI and cost drivers? The return comes from increased inclusion in AI answers for buying moments, reduced misinformation risk, and faster cross-functional alignment between SEO, PR, and product marketing. Cost drivers in this category commonly include number of monitored engines, query volume, historical retention, and user seats. When evaluating vendors, run a time-boxed pilot, define success metrics tied to share of answer and accuracy in named use cases, and verify that recommended actions are practical for your team to execute. Buyer checklist. Confirm coverage for the engines your audience uses most. Validate prompt management, versioning, and reproducibility. Inspect how the platform classifies entities and differentiators. Check that you can export data for BI analysis. Review alerting so stakeholders hear about critical shifts quickly. Ask for examples of actions that led to measurable improvements in answer inclusion or citation quality. Finally, ensure that security and privacy practices meet your standards. Key takeaways. AI assistants have changed how people discover and evaluate products. GEO is the discipline that measures and improves your presence in those answers. Brandlight provides monitoring and analytics across engines so you can see where you stand, what is wrong, and what to fix first. Use it to coordinate content, PR, structured data, and data quality updates that influence how models describe your brand. With a steady workflow and clear metrics, you can improve visibility and accuracy in the AI channel, just as you once optimized for blue links. Thanks for watching. If you are considering a GEO platform, shortlist your prompts, run a baseline, and test whether Brandlight's insights lead to real improvements in inclusion, accuracy, and citations across the AI systems that matter to your buyers.